Work. It's one of those things that unites us, brings us together, creates community, and recently creates a community of people who hate their lives. If there's one thing we can come together on as Americans, it's that this is bullshit. Well, and also that the latest Snow White movie sucked ass. But I hear Disney's next movie, Lilo and Stitch, is supposed to be awesome. And they didn't pay me to say that. But if they'd like to, I'm here for it. Where were we? Ah, yes. The American worker hates their lives. Sure, Trump is causing the stock markets to vibrate back and forth harder than an electric dildo during Mardi Gras on the San Andreas Fault. But that's not the only reason Americans are feeling insecure in their jobs right now. According to Gallup, a polling company by and for horses, we are now in what they've termed the Great Detachment, where Americans go to work every day but care about their jobs less than Bill Murray cares about Revitalift facial cream. And Revitalift did not pay me to say that. But if you'd like to, I'm here for it, Revitalift. Just 18% of Americans are extremely satisfied with their jobs today. 1 out of every 5 people you see is actually happy in their jobs. And if you see that 1 out of 5 out on the street, spray lemon juice in their eyes. All right, it doesn't count as assault, but it'll get the job done. What right do you have to be happy? Okay? Get miserable like the rest of us, assholes, or leave. Go to Bhutan or Switzerland where you can whistle and do cartwheels all day. This is America. Hate it or leave it. And the stats get even worse. The share of Americans watching for or actively seeking a new job has ticked up to 51% today. Plus, in the most recent poll of quiet quitting, basically only doing the bare minimum at the job, a couple years ago, Gallup found quiet quitters make up at least 50% of the U.S. workforce, probably more. And why shouldn't people be quiet quitting? Wage slavery is a shit way to set up a society. People are detached from their work. There's no passion there. And if you meet someone with passion for their work, most of the time, they aren't all there, okay? Oh, I just love making sure everyone filled out the forms correctly that they send to the city comptroller. That's my job. I love it. I do it all day. Really? Really? You love it? How much blow does one have to do for the comptroller forms job to be fun? Okay? I'd have to have blow, a beer helmet filled with alcoholic Slurpees, and one of those cool stress balls where you squeeze it and the eyes pop out of the head. I'd have to have all that to make that job fun for more than 9 seconds. Why are so many people in passionless swamps of careers? Because capitalism exploits us all without any concern for our lives or well-being. It is a system designed to raise those who are the most greedy, the most heartless, the least empathetic, and the most cutthroat to the top. If you show a deep concern for others, you are weeded out quicker than a black trans empath in the Trump administration. This soulless, detached wage slave system has resulted in just 45% of workers saying they know what's expected of them at work. 55% of workers don't even know what they're supposed to be doing. Sounds like Joe Biden when he was president. You remember those days? That was bananas. Trump, on the other hand, knows exactly what he's trying to do. But so did Mussolini and Alan Dulles and Toucan Sam on the Fruit Loops box. Never trusted that guy. And only 30% of Americans feel the mission of their company makes them feel like their job is important. Maybe it wouldn't be a big deal that so many of us are all at bullshit jobs if we didn't spend a third of our lives at those jobs. That's a lot of time to not know what you're doing, why you're doing it, or caring that it even gets done. Luckily, as with most problems we're facing in this world, the answers are out there. We just choose to ignore them. Sure, there's the largest answer of evolving beyond capitalism and beyond wage slavery to a much better, more fulfilling socioeconomic system. But that would take an evolved, rational group of humans. We are not that. We couldn't even solve the toilet paper problem during COVID. So no wonder we're not tackling capitalism right now. But there are loads of smaller, relatively easy solutions to making our lives a lot better. Things such as universal health care, more paid time off, more parental leave, free daycare, 4-day work weeks, universal basic income, and free cups of lean and Xanax in the break room. All of these things have been tested. They all work, and they all improve our lives. The 4-day work week and universal basic income have been tested more than Lance Armstrong. That's a bad example. Anyway, the tests have found that workers and management are happier and healthier, and that the businesses don't even lose productivity. They pump out all the same shit. For example, a trial run in the UK in 2022 found that 61 companies moved their employees to a 4-day work week with no reduction in pay. They began it as a 6-month experiment, but a year later, 54 of the companies still have the policy. Just over half have declared it permanent. Literally everything is exactly the same, except you're working 4 instead of 5 days a week. So why the hell is that not everywhere, permanent everywhere? It's only because it slightly decreases the amount of control the corporate anal polyps have over your average worker. As long as the biggest lunatics around have the most control and the most decision-making ability, then the rest of us will continue to be detached, disenchanted, and depressed. Also, Gladys, enough with microwave the goddamn tuna! It's bad enough we have to be at this crappy office job, and now our nostrils have to burn like we're living on a beach fishing vessel? Jesus! Sorry, I'm still upset about something that happened to me in 2004.